Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm just going to keep giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. $40-ish and $100 range. Most of these are way less than that. Good number of these you can find at your local rag stores. The one I'm talking about today has in fact fallen into that cheapy category. Almost the upper part of the cheapy category, but it is considered a cheapie nonetheless. Whereas before you couldn't find this thing for under $60. But I'm talking about the 2008 release, the Woody Spicy, the one that paved the way for a lot of these cinnamon, warm, spicy kind of fragrances. The original Paco Rabanne's 1 million. So you can see the juice in this thing. I never was a fan of this atomizer. It feels kind of cheap. It squirts kind of cheap. It gets residue on the front of this thing, so you got to constantly clean it or whatever if you want it to stay nice looking. It stands up fine, but I'm just not a fan of the atomizer. It feels kind of weird and stuff like that. But other than that, it's a gold bar, whatever. But what is this fragrance? Why did it spawn so many inspired fragrances? You got Paris Hilton Gold Rush. You got A.B. Lomani's A.B. Millionaire. You got Guess Seductive Noir. There's so many others that have tried to copy this thing. Why? This, as you probably already know, is a very unique combination of citruses, mint, cinnamon, amber. There's something about that freshness with the mint and the citrus and that cinnamon that gives it a very unique vibe. And unfortunately, a lot of people think that fragrances with cinnamon, like a cinnamon nose, automatically reminds me of 1 million, because this one is pretty heavy on the cinnamon accord, cinnamon spicy. This is a very ambery, warm, spicy, citrusy, somewhat sweet fragrance. There's a touch of like rose and a little bit of florals, and the woods are definitely in here, but mainly right up top you will get a good dose of that fresh citrus and the mint, but backed up heavily with the warm spices and that cinnamon and amber, which gives it a very unique type of a scent profile. And a lot of people weren't a big fan of it and still are not today. But a lot of people, myself included, really thought this thing had some magic going on. It's a very, very, very sexy, kind of almost alluring kind of a smell. It's loud. This is really good for a night. This is a clubbing fragrance. Really is what this is. This thing will demand attention. It's loud enough, still loud and long lasting today. This can be worn, I think most ages can enjoy this, because it's not real serious, but it's not super playful either. There is that bit of sweetness, giving a little bit of a playful aspect to it, but it's sophisticated enough with the spices and stuff that this makes a great nighttime fragrance, a dinner night out, or even, like I said, a club, just because it's so loud. And it's definitely a compliment kind of a fragrance. I know that this is under the cheapy category, because as the recording of this, I think October 5th of 2023, I legitimately just found this thing for $23 on eBay, brand new, sealed in the box. Pretty good reviews from the seller and everything. So my conclusion is that it's a legit seller, because usually all those other like 1-star reviews are like, oh, the box was damaged or the shipping took longer or whatever, but it's hardly ever a complaint about actually getting the product. So there's that. And there was other sites that found it for $40 and stuff like that. So this is in the cheapy category now. But if you don't want to spend that kind of money on Paco Rabanne's 1 million, my favorite alternative, which doesn't smell exactly like it, but does get you really close to that vibe. It's probably about 80% similar. Instead of using so much of the mint and stuff like that, this one has a green apple note, kind of like a Hugo Boss type of a green apple. That's Guess Seductive Noir. Not as loud, not as long lasting, but I always say this is like the office friendly version of 1 million. If you like that scent profile, this is $20 all day long at the rack stores. It'll get you in that type of a feel without being exactly like that. This is sharper, louder. It's just a lot more attention grabbing than most fragrances, really. So overall, what I'll give this, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because it's a bit old school, but it's still a very nice fragrance. I could actually go as high as a 7.5 because of how long lasting this is. So I will do that. I'll make this a 7.5 in all fairness because scent profile alone is nice, but the longevity is just as nice or nicer because this is an 8+ hour fragrance. On me, most people are probably gonna get 10+, but I'm more of an 8-hour kind of a guy with good projection for an hour and a half anyhow. And yeah, not for the high heat. Anything else? Really, it's a nighttime cool weather fragrance, dinner night type thing. I said that a couple times, but yeah, clubbing, dinner night, out, breezy, cool, autumn, winter type of fragrance. Nice, beautiful smelling, still today, still relevant today. And that's my final thoughts on Paco Rabanne's 1 million. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.